Bing bong bong bing bing bing. I'm gonna come. Bing bong bong bing bing bing. 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 Bing bong bong bing bing bing.
Well. Ladies and gentlemen, there we are. We are live. Fuck it, we're doing it live. Welcome to a special RW Tech. Let's refresh this. A special RW Tech live, okay? This is not a gameplay stream. This is not anything other than the two following things that are on the docket for today. First of all, if Nintendo, based on their prior history of the announcement of the original Switch as well as the announcement of the Nintendo Museum, I believe, is to be believed, 8:30 p.m., which is about 13 minutes from now, we might be seeing finally that official tweet from Nintendo. All right? We might finally, after several years of waiting for this godforsaken system, very excited for this moment, okay? Before we get into that, what can be said about the modern discourse of video games? I don't know what to say. And maybe that's the problem. I don't know what to say, but what I won't say is what games people should buy and deriding people based on my personal prerogatives with games, okay? But apparently there are some people that I actually respect, right? These are just people that I think are charlatans, although some of them are. Some of them are very insipid people. But these aren't all charlatans and, momentary born again Christians that are tatted up more than a Swiss hooker. joining an Asian triad. There are some decent people in this debate, so I don't want to immediately admonish all of the valuable insights that they have, but they are dead wrong on this, and I am sorry, but it be true. You know what I'm saying, G's out there? Oh, G's. You go back 20 years ago, you turn on the TV, maybe Adult Swim is on, those Carl's Jr. and Hardee's ads where there's tits and bikinis. But apparently, we can't have that. Apparently, that is just gooner bait, okay? And it's the fine people that I do take an issue with, like Melanie Mack, right? And let's go here. And look, there's gonna be some. Oh, I better not scroll down any further on that tweet at the bottom of that page because that is not good. Well, it's good, but it wouldn't be good for my channel. Hold hold on a second. Let me just click so I don't accidentally. Okay, all right, there we go. This is a article from Fandom Pulse. Melanie Mack says get the perverts out of gaming and games based on lustful intent lack substance. Or substance, not substance. I mean, maybe there is substance there if they're big anime titties. Maybe that is the case. But look at I I won't doubt if somebody has this, belief that games shouldn't completely have, fan service at every single waking moment. I'm not going to deride someone for that viewpoint. I even agree with it to some degree. I'm not going to go out and buy a Lord of the Rings game and want like, um, titty shots every 5 seconds. There's a time and a place for everything. But at the same time, if I buy Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball, I want fucking sand covered titties jiggling around. And that should be fine. And if someone doesn't like that, that should be fine. I should be able to buy Gears of War and chainsaw the living fuck out of something. Okay? And so this is what Melanie Mack said, right? And this has been sort of a long um this has been a long time coming, this sort of um grift. And I hate using that term because it's usually used by retards. Maybe I'm retarded a little bit. But as I said, tatted up dingbat with Puritan talking points to make Zoomer retards cream their jeans because they missed out on the late 90s, early 2000s, and think sexy women equal gooner bait. More at 11. And I did get not community noted, visibility limited. And I don't think I can say this on here, so I'll just use the abbreviated version. Although, look at I did say it verbatim on there. Although Mal, while Summer and Fresco are used to the F slur, look, it is pretty fun when she says it. I think it's a word that needs, a resurgence. I say, let's see you if you have some real balls. Use the N word, and I'll give you some credit. LOL. Help. Pair it with that word again, and make it a combo breaker. I'll donate $50 to a charity of your choice. Now, hopefully, you have enough IQ points to realize that this is clearly a joke, right? But the point still stands, right? Censorship, and you know, however well-meaning you think you are, it's not a good idea. You know, four score and 7 years ago. I don't know what was going on because I think that's 87 years ago, right? But what I can tell you is that our forefathers gathered at Constitution Hall, and they gathered because one day we would be able to buy Senran Kagura. Okay, all right. Point being, let's see some more of my my tirade, right? Let's go back to this. Thanks X censorship. You also missed the point by doing that, right? And that's by limiting what I was saying. Mel wouldn't dare to say that N word, right? And that's really a point I was getting at. As she's playing the role of a Puritan who wants words to have meaning in a very specific way. So having a classical liberal view of language or even society causes people like her to short circuit. Just like an SJW or any other type of ideologue, if Melanie is sincere about anything that comes out of her mouth, she is someone who wants an erosion of one's liberties for her dogmatism to become the quote unquote way. Don't police my right to enjoy anime titties, you inked up troglodyte. Then I used some scripture, which you can see right there. All right, let me just back out of this and not accidentally scroll down on that Zero Suit Samus artwork. So this is uh okay. This is where we are right now. Look at Razor Fist, very intelligent YouTuber. He released Ghost of the Badlands a few months ago, and I actually own it and I've enjoyed it quite a bit. But when someone says something that deserves to be critiqued just because A, they're intelligent, and B, you like them, as a content creator, or C, um, you know, they possess a thesaurus-like vocabulary and they will precision missile strike you, does not mean that you should consider them infallible, nor should you not speak out against things that you find to be disagreeable. And we'll capture my issue with this, but let's read this. The gaming culture war has more options than wokeivist proselytism versus Korean Coomer bait. We can, in fact, insist on good games that are not spiritually caustic or degenerate. No credible person would shoot the Christian messenger for pointing out this self-evident fact. And it's clear that she misgendering. Well, it's the long hair and aviators. Aviators Anonymous. It's clear that he's referring to a she, Melanie Mack, right? Like let's not beat around the bush. Ooh, more notifications. Let's see. All right, let's go here. All right, here's my response. It's fine for Christians to prefer narratives that align with their worldview. For instance, I'm Catholic. I understand that people have different sensibilities when it comes to games, right? I'm not going to go to mass and go and talk about how much I like Senran Kagura. All right, maybe at confession, but that's a different story for a different time. Uh, that's a shame they killed that series. Those fucking woke pieces of shit. Preferences are personal and everyone's sensibilities differ, but the second anyone starts dictating what should or shouldn't be in a game for anyone else, they can shove it faster than Jim Sterling at an all you can eat buffet. To be clear, that's not even a dig at the fist himself. I get the point he's making. But the false dichotomy falls flat. The bigger issue is this street preacher whataboutism from Fat Drunks. Sorry, quartering. And tatted up social media bimbos. Well, you know who that is. With past more checkered than Daytona's racetrack. Where do we draw the line? Plenty of so-called Christian gamers gleefully play M-rated games where you bash someone's skull in, like yours truly. Yet, giant anime tits are the moral red flag. Critique it, mock it, fine, but let's not ignore those who want to repackage thinly veiled censorship as quality control for gaming. That's hypocrisy at best. And don't tell me that isn't a thing. There are posts responding to you wanting just that. This gentleman here, I can agree with both sides. And then I said, well, what are the sides specifically? And I understand where he's coming from, right? I understand why, there's people that don't want every single game to be fan service alley. But here's what he said, and I understand what he was saying. Make games that do not rely on titillation and make games that do, which I completely 100% agree with. I don't think Razor was saying that the other kind need to stop being made, just that we can have games geared towards Christians who don't want that stuff as well. 100% understand that. Once again though, like you can be Christian and enjoy a game that might, be not the paragon of the faith, right? I mean, I can go and play Dead or Alive beach volleyball, but that doesn't automatically give me a first class ticket to hell because I like jiggling anime tits. I do not agree with Melanie at all and find hypocrisy on the matter pretty galling. I agree. I get what you're putting down, but my issue is the following. He was being vague, and that's fine. I like Razorfist too, but he also presented a false dichotomy while deriding well-meaning midwits. Because let's be honest, that's what people that often respond to him are, right? They're like the 110 IQ, the stuff that Sam High talks about. And they're smart, but they're not able to deal with his thesaurus vernacular. But here's the dichotomy he presents. Woke piece of shit is choice one. Choice two, degenerate who only buys games to come. Don't worry about playing an M-rated game where you get to chainsaw someone. Or choice three, his specific worldview. The problem with being vague and making a false dichotomy is that anyone with enough brain cells to rub together knows that he is talking about Melanie Mack and her pro censorship brigade as some maligned Christian messenger. That's a bigger joke than Chris Chan as a family court judge, which is true. All right. So, moral of the story, right? And I don't want to be Mr. Create Drama on YouTube. You can see some very smart people. This guy here who's talking, which by the way is Berserk. As soon as you see a guts profile pic, you know that's a sensible person. I'm not kidding. This guy that he's talking about here, John Del Oraz, being a hypocrite, 100% true. And I do hope that Smash JT gets 8:30. All right, I hope Smash JT gets on this. But let's go to Nintendo. All right. Nope, it's 8:30 and nothing's been announced. looks like we're not getting that Switch 2 pre-announcement. Maybe they'll drop something tomorrow. Uh, um do I dare click on latest or is it gonna have some fucked up shit? Should we do some Russian roulette right here? Uh, where's the Switch 2 announcement? It is not happening. I think that these people that were predicting the Switch 2 announcement they should probably quit the internet, okay? I'm sorry. And maybe Nintendo Prime, I like your videos, but um maybe don't go on every stream saying, "Oh, this is going to happen for sure." And hey, maybe it will. Maybe tomorrow they'll just randomly post at like 10 a.m. But if we were to follow the trajectory of previous Switch announcements, it should have happened like just now. Yeah. It's 8:30 p.m. and no Switch news. That was considered the, let's go to Nintendo of Japan. Of course. Let's just go to Nintendo. All right, Nintendo of Japan. Donkey Kong Returns HD. Oh, Jesus. Well, look, we could get just a shadow drop. Is that what it's called? Whatever it is. We can just get a fucking tweet that drops tomorrow with like a trailer. But if I am, taking a position right now, I think we are not going to see anything. I think it's going to be a little bit, and I think that we should not believe these retards that are making videos every single day about Switch 2 rumors. I think there's some obvious things that are probably true, like the overall design of the console, the power profile of the console is probably somewhat accurate. But these people that are putting out day after day video, they're milking it. And hey, I could be wrong, right? Tomorrow they could just drop a announcement trailer or some shit. But if they don't, let's just remember that there's people that have spent the past fucking 6 years, first of all, talking about a Switch Pro and then talking about this. Well, look, we're only about 19 minutes into this stream, but I just wanted to sort of rant and rave for a little bit. I wanted to talk about some matters online, and I was hoping for them to have announced something, but we're not getting it tonight. And probably not tomorrow, if we're going to be honest. Yeah, see, this is what, look, by the way, like, I was just talking about, like, the Catholic Church shows. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Once again, that's the problem. As soon as you tell somebody that you're Catholic, you've got like these Protestant people that just have to like give you their 2 cents, right? And great. I'm glad that you have that position about the church. Um, it's not true, and God be with you nonetheless. But that's the problem too, right? And that was look at I'll be vague, but that was a slight at Razorfist because he likes to especially go after Catholicism with his born again Lutheranism. All right, that is it for tonight. Godspeed. Have a good